Part 10. Getting them to read the mail. The mail may be your most important means of connecting your projects and customer and a regular basis. But it's a face it. In this day is an age with everybody and his uncle getting tons of junk mail every day. Effective use of the mail can be a real challenge. I have seen apartment houses where there is great garbage can near the tunnels. Mailbox in the west they can dump in all the junk mail. And most of the is not even locked at before it's a town away. It's used to be on the basic rules of automobile selling the if you sent out of direct mail you would get businesses. Now we have to add words and get it read. If you want this rule of mean anything, this is a way I suggested in the previous chapter the writing of proposal note of the printed stamp. Probably if the best bit. If you have to use connected material that looks like junk mail, it's to write a personal message to outside of elevator. Some salesmen who used sent out material provided by manufacturers have given up almost upperly on mailings. They figure out that it's just not worth better, but they are wrong. I can provide it. Just stop of thinking of the first word that come out of advantage person's mouth when it comes here after work. First he says something like, "Hello, honey. How was your day today?" Then he says, "How are the kids, or your mother, or the dog?" And then he says, "Was there any mail?" Think about it for a minute and you will realize that this is almost exactly what is sold. And this previous that people are still very interested in the lot of what comes then through a mail, but what they care about are things worth looking are not junk. Then the wife towards out of the mailman lives with she does not even maintain her household. Here's the real game: getting a read. So the game today is make sure that I want when sent get opened and read and maybe keep particularly everybody it's a selling business sits a list of the card every Christmas. And you know the most people receive Christmas card, they open them, think about and who them and how nice, unusual, the Christy they are, and they put them a material a look at show to friends. But you send a Christmas card only once a year, and if you don't send anything else but junk mail, you get lost in the shuffle. I don't mailings got opened and read and talked about, and maybe even kept for a while. Why? For one thing, because I follow my mailing list, I don't send them things they can easily identify the addressing mail to throw away without opening. I send 12 pieces of mail a year to make customer list, and every on prices in the different color and shape evaluate they are interesting to get. Never put the mail on your business or outside the envelope. Person does not know what inside. Don't show your hand. It's like playing poker. It's a person who wants to know what's inside and when it's from. I generate you that if you get on my mailing list, you will not throw away a single prize without opening and reading it. They log like real mail, the kind of you want to get, the kind that makes you curious when you take it out of the box. What's more, when you open the rate and my prices, you don't feel that you have been conned. You are not disciplined in what you find inside. Don't get me wrong. I don't put a 5 USD bill in every Europe envelope in my any of them. But I do put a very soft shell message in there. Very soft shell. But it's in case it's the best kind of shell because you will open it, can read and tell about it and remember it. In January, you will get the message that says, Happy New Year, I like you. It's a nice place of artwork on it. Appreciate on the occasion. It's a signed Joy. Good. Millions convert. It's the sale you get. Nothing about coming in to take advantage of the year-end challenge. Not of that. Just Happy New Year. I like you. From a Joy Grant. Millions converted. In February, you will get Happy Valentine's Day. I like you. Write them sincere and display day. I like you. In March, I just don't matter if you are black or Polish or Jewish. You still like this message and like me or sending it on month every day. Get a happy birthday. I like you. If it works out, be a month of your birthday. I laughed and are very pleased. If not, you still think it's a cute card. The best time of the month. Another thing I am careful about is not having the prices into the mail the same time that bills go out, which means not at the first and fifth time, but whenever they arrive at home. When Darty comes home and asks a question, was they are animal? The answer comes back, yes. There was another card of Girard. My name is that household 12 times a year in a very patient way. Everybody on my mailing list knows my name and what I do for a living. When it comes time for them to buy a car, I have get out to be a very fast person that particularly every single one of those thousands of people thinks of. Not only that, even if they hear somebody else looking to buy a car down the stop in the office, they are probably going and suggest my name. The world probably suggests my name just from getting those percent holiday messages every month. But there another much more important reason why. This is because at least once a year, most of the people on the list get on my catalog breaking kids as a part of mailing. I am going to cover the wild Bardock system in the next chapter. But at this point, I will just say that when I give the fancy name of Bardock breaking kit, it's a mailing that includes a small stack of my business's cards plus painted. Remember that I will pay the person 100 USD cash every time he or she sees my somebody who buys a car. And the way he or she it's a make sure I know he spends someone in is the right his name of the back of my card and that he gives to person is sent to me, but we'll get back to that later. Right now I want to emphasize again that mail is still a very effective way to reach projects, but I write in the fault I sang mail, filling the pieces, and you have to make sure your pieces are getting thrown. I don't mean whether or not they are being delivered. I mean whether they are getting thrown. The fault is junk being opened and read. So that's your name. It's a spoken and reminded. I imagine that when you just read what I said about my mailing, you probably throughout share. It's a fine for a big affair like Girard and tell about designing special equivalents and mailing fees. You can afford it. That's true. I can afford it, but you can't afford it not do something that will be as effective in the way as my stuff is. I mean, if you are going to send out the routine stuff and what third class postage you step on the well like the other junk that gets thrown away. I am not saying that nobody reads at any of the stuff but the odds are way down. Of course, if your employer pays that vile bill and lets your address the people who receive it may be worth something, your name will be on the throw. It's a radar stamp on a sticker. And that's not too bad. I don't want to connect to Mars, but it's a pretty weak way to go about receiving your projects by mail. If you have a list of prime people worth reselling at all, the extra money you and your employer spend to be sure that notice and read your stuff has get to be worth of the money. If nothing else, use plan envelopes and first class testes. Even I feel that the drawing the sending out routine factory protected prices. At least people will stop and open them and maybe see your name before they blow then the rubbish can. That is better than nothing. A lot of better. It's some cases and maybe it's all that your volume can be your kind of business can suffer. If they write before your base pro space now. But the top people in your list, the ones who have bright both from your before and is satisfied with the relationship. Well, more you than pay the extra effort and money it takes a attract their attention. Maybe you will sell appliances and readers TVs and say, have you a list of people you sold a couple of $1,000 worth of stuff in the last 5 years? Not just walk-ins who bought a CD player, but people you should a wall kitchen or two give 600 USD TV or set or 7 USD worth store equipment for their children. Of course, you have a list of those people. They gave you a lot of money. Now I know that refrigerators and stoves are both a lot of loss them than cars. But there are a lot of related products that keep coming out. Thus people probably will by keeping from somebody DVD players, TVs, computers, all kinds of things like that. Those people will come back to you if you keep reminding them that you exist in nice way. Maybe you have only 200 or 300 of those projects. What it's getting to cost you to buy some holiday cards. Hallmark and its other big card makers, you have them every holiday, including some of I never heard of. A nice rubber stamp or stickers. What is the name? The name of the place, the where you sell. You will reply in the business. You can hard address a list of prime projects like that. If nothing else, you can send them cards at gift giving times. Happy garden at the spot on thing. In fact, if you go into card store and look throughout the racks, you might find some really right things to make that don't cost much would make a fast rate impression. If many not too stable, if you are in the application, jewelry, clothing or travel business to send out a few cards at gift giving times, but you don't want to be too stable. A little cell, joy guard, mellow covered, it's a all takes. People make a certain if they like what you say. They will even like being reminded to get away that can give the kind who's getting and to getting married or Mother's Day or whatever occasion seem appreciate to use. Don't think that I am not aware of the pure material that is available to retail salespeople in a lot of different businesses. Most people may though aware they are junk mail, but I am in the selling business, so I look at them it all, and I think all of US should, but I am strongly recommending to extra work and extra cost of your own stuff because it's a gate throughout and it's a selling message and a gate through. And when you have somebody who remembers you to and likes you because of the what they get to the mail from you. If you have made the best possible investment of your time and your money, some of my you may be saying that's a great for a car salesman, a real estate salesman, but I sell a to pushing agents they are different being of the curtain. I still they the mail if a very effective tool if I use right to get your time, name a fund of projects before your competition does. A salesman I know works a free new company in your energy management wallet because the company is small. They cannot afford expensive of advertising. That's a salesman spend of the very expensive place mail which relax or in a 30,000 USD sale. Now, that's it's a not bad return to get investment. The dealership right I work was sending out mail long before I started working there. I just found a better way to do it. The secret is how creative and increasing you make it. Write a little ingredients the world think it doesn't think to the with mail. Perhaps you could send useful how-to tips and you could clip news items of the paper and send them your customer with a little note that just says, "Hi John." Throughout the might interest you. Jokered, some salesmen send expensive personal calendars that keeps their name in the front of customer year long. Another salesman I know keeps postcards in his beside his joints and personal note is a good customer while writing at the appointment or playing. Which is the way ways the great companies sending spend millions just keep to their in the front of their public. I have learned from them and you should too because we businesses just like them. Only maybe not so big. That's after all is a what is about. Your time is limited on your money. Whether it's like your own or superlanded by employer, it's unlimited. So you are making in investment is mailing that all provide you with personal leverage. You can afford it to make cold personal calls the homes or coffees of all your prime projects. They probably would not like you to appear on announcement anyway, but it's a making copy effective use to your time and money in the planning and executing alternative personal mailing. You get a next best things. You gain something to years of yourself into their home, cutting them to remember you like you, and it's a right time buy from you. That's a kind of the highest quality personal investment leverage. Why should try to all of time and in the selling professional get your name in front of your projects whenever you can and get into their homes. Thanks for listening.